In the second part of chemical thermodynamics, we are going to study the nature of heat and work, the concept of maximum work, and the pressure volume type of work. First, we shall start with the nature of heat and work. Work is defined by the energy by which body is displaced through a distance with an application of force, which means if you apply force to a body, then the body is going to move, and that is when you say that the body is displaced. And we know the formula of work. Work is nothing but force into displacement. So we will take it as W is equal to F into D. W stands for work, F stands for force, and D stands for displacement. In thermodynamics, our study deals with gases. So here the work done is in pressure volume type or PV work. So when we take a gas enclosed in a cylinder with a movable piston, we know if the gas is going to expand or contract, then we say that the work is done either by the system on the surrounding or by the surrounding on the system. So if there is change in the pressure and volume, then we can say that work is done. Hence, you can take W is equal to P into V. Pressure is defined as force per unit area. So you can write as P is equal to F by A, that is force upon area. If D is the distance, then you will substitute D square in place of A, and volume will be D cube, that is D raised to 3. Let us now substitute these values in the above equation, that is W is equal to P into V. So again we will write down the equation, that is W is equal to P into V. We know in place of P we will be substituting F by A. So the equation will become W is equal to F by A multiplied by V. But in place of A we can substitute D2, and in place of V we will be substituting D3. So now the equation will become W is equal to F upon D2 multiplied by D3. Now cancel the similar terms. So D2 will get cancelled. So you will be left with W is equal to F dot D, which is nothing but the formula of work. The dot sign there is the product, or you can say multiplication sign. Let us now study the pressure volume type of work done by considering two examples wherein two chemical reactions will be carried out in a cylinder enclosed with movable piston, and also mass will be kept on the outer surface of the piston. First, we are considering the decomposition of H2O2. H2O2 is the molecular formula of hydrogen peroxide. So this hydrogen peroxide is going to decompose to give us water and oxygen. So initially the hydrogen peroxide is in liquid state. After decomposition it gives water, which is in liquid state, and it liberates oxygen, which is in gaseous state. First observe the diagram A, that is before reaction. So you will see there is H2O2 in liquid state in the cylinder. It has a piston which can move in upward and downward direction, and a small mass is kept on the outer surface of the piston. As we saw in the decomposition reaction, oxygen gas is released. So if gas is released, what will the gas do? It will apply pressure on the piston, and because it applies pressure on the piston will go in upward direction. A mass is kept on the piston. So when the gas is applying pressure on the piston, of course some energy will be lost by the system to the surrounding in lifting the piston along with the mass. I hope you all are aware which is the system and which is the surrounding. The gas or the liquid that is enclosed in the cylinder is the system, and everything apart from the system is the surrounding. So we can conclude that work is performed on the surrounding by the system, because the gas is pushing the piston in the upward direction. So, the loss of energy by the system is equal to work done by the system on the surrounding. So, this is an example of pressure volume expansion, because in this case a gas oxygen was liberated, which expanded and lifted the piston in an upward direction. Next example is the reaction between ammonia gas and HCl gas. So the reaction is NH3, which is in gaseous state, reacts with HCl, which is again in gaseous state. It gives us the formation of ammonium chloride, that is NH4Cl, which is in solid state. So observe the first diagram here. So we have two gases in there in the cylinder along with the piston, and a mass is kept on the piston. But when the reaction takes place, both the reactants which were in gaseous state, in the product they get converted into a solid state. So the gas is now going to contract, and the piston along with the mass is going to come in a downward direction. So here the surrounding is doing work on the system by losing energy. Hence the work done by the surrounding is equal to the energy gained by the system. So this is another example of pressure volume work. So this was all about the nature of work. Now let us understand the nature of heat. We all are aware heat is a form of energy, and system exchanges energy with its surrounding. Depending upon the temperature of system and surrounding, of course the temperature of the system and the surrounding has to be different. The heat energy is either going to come inside the system, or it is going to move out of the system into the surrounding. Let us now study the sign conventions used to represent work and heat. If you observe the diagram here, the grey box represents the system, whereas everything apart from the system forms the surrounding. Always keep in mind, the energy that enters into the system from the surrounding has positive values, and the energy that leaves the system and enters into the surrounding has negative values. The first sign is plus Q. So plus Q is the heat absorbed by the system from the surrounding. So if you look here, you can see heat is absorbed. So because it is from the surrounding into the system, so it is having a plus sign. Next is minus Q. So this is the heat that is released from the system to the surrounding. That is why it is having the minus sign. You just have to observe the direction of the arrow. The one which is pointing towards the system has positive sign, and the one which is going into the surrounding has negative sign. The next sign convention is plus W. So it is the work done on the system by the surrounding. Hence you can see the arrow is coming into the system, that is why it has a plus sign there. Next is minus W. So here the work will be done on the surrounding by the system, or you can say system does work on the surrounding. Since the arrow is moving into the surrounding, so W is going to have a negative sign here. Now we shall study about the expression for pressure volume work. We are going to consider a gas which is going to have a constant pressure P, and this gas is going to be enclosed in a cylinder which will have a movable frictionless piston, and the area of the piston will be denoted by capital letter A. We will take the volume of the gas, that is V1, at temperature T. During the process of expansion, the gas is going to apply pressure on the piston. As a result, the piston will move in the upward direction, which means it is going against the external pressure. Because force was applied by the gas, the piston moved up. That is why you will take F is equal to minus external pressure into A. A is the area of the piston. And why are we taking minus P external? Because the piston moved against the external pressure. That is why we are taking that minus sign. Since there is work done here, we will write the formula of work, that is work is equal to force into displacement, that is W is equal to F into D. But if we substitute the value of F in the above equation, then the equation becomes W is equal to minus P external, that is external pressure, into A into D. But the product of area and distance is the change in volume, which means delta V is equal to A into D, where A is the area and D is the distance. So if we substitute these values in the above equation, we will get W is equal to, in place of A into D, we will be writing delta V. So we will get minus PEX, product of delta V. You can also write it as W is equal to minus external pressure. In place of delta V, you will write as V2 minus V1, that is final volume minus the initial volume. So always keep in mind, when the gas expands, the work is done by the system on the surrounding, because the piston is lifted in an upward direction. Since the value of V2 is greater than V1 here, work done is negative, because the piston is moving in upward direction, which is against the external pressure. When the gas is compressed, the piston will now move in a downward position. Hence, the work is now done by the surrounding on the system. And here V2 will be less than V1, and hence work is going to have a positive value, because the piston moves down, which is not against the external pressure. What is a free expansion? A free expansion means expansion against zero opposing force. So this kind of expansion can occur only in a vacuum. Vacuum is a condition where there is no matter or very little matter, or the other way around you can say is the gas molecules that are present in the vacuum are very less as compared to the gas molecules in the atmospheric pressure. So when we take our equation, that is W is equal to minus external pressure product change in the volume, that is W is equal to minus PEX product delta V. This equation here indicates that the work depends on the external pressure. So the external pressure is the opposing force, and according to the free expansion, we know that here we are considering a zero opposing force. So the value, that is PEX, is now going to be equal to 0. So if we substitute that in the equation, which is W is equal to minus PEX product delta V, then we will get W is equal to 0 into delta V. So anything into 0 is going to be 0. So the work done will also be equal to 0. Hence you can say no work is done when the gas expands freely into vacuum. Let us now study the concept of maximum work. The amount of work which is performed by a system, it depends upon the opposing force or the external pressure. So greater the external pressure or the greater the opposing force, then more work is done by the system to overcome it. The second condition is if the opposing force is 0, which means if the external pressure is 0, then of course there won't be any push on the piston and no work will be involved there. But if you increase the external pressure or the opposing force from 0, then of course more and more work will be done by the system. And when the opposing force reaches maximum value, then you can say that the system does maximum work. So when the opposing force, which is the external pressure, becomes greater than the pressure of the gas, which is denoted by P, which can also be called as the driving force, then the process is reversed, which means the gas is compressed. When the external pressure is less and the pressure of gas is more, the gas expands, which pushes the piston in upward direction. But when the external pressure is more and the pressure of the gas is less, then the external pressure pushes the piston down, which causes the gas to compress. Let us now take the equation of work, which is W is equal to minus external pressure product of delta V. Delta P, that is the change in pressure. So delta P will be written as pressure of gas minus the external pressure, which can be further modified as external pressure is equal to P minus delta P. And this value we are going to substitute in the above equation, and the equation will take the form as W is equal to minus, in place of external pressure we will substitute P minus delta P, close the bracket, the product sign and the delta V. We shall now study the expression for maximum work. We are going to consider n moles of gas enclosed in a cylinder with a rigid, movable, frictionless piston. This piston can move upwards and downwards depending on the pressure applied. The gas inside the cylinder is going to expand from volume V1, that is initial volume, to final volume V2 at temperature T. So if you observe the above figure, you will notice that the expansion takes place in number of steps. So in the diagram you can see in each steps the volume increases little by little, which means the pressure of gas is more and the external pressure is reduced by a very small amount. Only when the external pressure decreases, the piston will move in upward direction. And this expansion is going to continue until the pressure of gas falls to the external pressure, or you can say the pressure of gas becomes equal to the external pressure. After this condition is achieved, there won't be any further expansion, and you can say that the system is now in mechanical equilibrium with the surrounding. The increase in volume here is represented by dV. So V stands for volume, but the letter D stands for infinitesimal quantity, which means the volume is increased by a very small amount. So you use the letter D to represent very small amount. So every time the external pressure is reduced by a small amount, there is expansion of gas and the volume increases by a very small amount dV in each step. Initial volume is represented by V1, and once the system is in equilibrium with the surrounding, the volume reached will be V2, which is the final step. Let us now start deriving the equation for maximum work. When the volume of a gas increases by infinitesimal quantity dV in a single step, the small quantity of work done is given by the equation dW is equal to minus external pressure product dV. We know the equation for work is W is equal to minus external pressure product of delta V, but here we are taking the alphabet dW because small amount of work is done. Why do we take the minus sign in front of external pressure? Because the expansion takes place against the external pressure, and dV instead of delta V we are taking dV because small amount of volume is increased. We know that here the pressure of gas is larger by a very small amount dP than the external pressure. Hence we will write pressure of gas, which is denoted by P minus the external pressure, is equal to dP. Next step is we are going to take the external pressure out, so we'll get it as external pressure is equal to P minus dP. So let the equation dW is equal to minus external pressure product of dV be considered as equation 1, and external pressure is equal to P minus dP as equation 2. After combining equation 1 and 2, we will get dW is equal to minus, in place of external pressure we will be substituting the value of P minus dP product of dV. Now we shall multiply dV with minus P and dP. Hence we will get dW is equal to minus PdV plus dPdV. Here the product dPdV will be neglected because it is very small. Hence the equation will be written as dW is equal to minus PdV. Consider this equation as equation 3. In order to determine the maximum work, we are going to integrate equation 3, which is dW is equal to minus PdV, between the limits initial and final state. Also, the total amount of work done in change of volume from V1 to V2 during the expansion. Hence, we get integrating between initial and final of dW is equal to, we are going to remove the minus sign out and further integrate from V1 to V2 PdV. We are carrying out the integration to determine the maximum work done. Hence, the equation will now become W max is equal to minus integrating PdV between the limits V1 and V2. So dW, which was the small amount of work done on integration, becomes W max. Take the above equation as 4. Now we shall use the ideal gas equation, which is PV is equal to nRT. Just shift the V in the denominator, hence you will get P is equal to nRT divided by V. Substitute the value of P in equation 4. We get W max is equal to minus integrating the limit between V1 to V2 nRT dot dV by V. Because temperature is constant, in the next step we are going to remove minus nRT out and we are going to integrate dV by V between the limits V1 and V2. Hence the equation will now become W max is equal to minus nRT integration sign between V1 and V2 dV by V. Hence we will get minus nRT natural log of V, V1, V2. According to the basis of log, now the equation will become W max is equal to minus nRT natural log of V2 minus natural log of V1. The formula of natural log of A plus log of B can be written as natural log A divided by B. So even here we are going to write it as W max is equal to minus nRT natural log V2 by V1. Converting the above equation to log to the base 10, we get W max is equal to minus 2.303 nRT log to the base 10 V2 by V1. Here we converted the natural log to log to the base 10. According to Boyle's law, at constant temperature, we know that P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. We can also write it as V2 by V1 is equal to P1 by P2. Substituting the value of V2 by V1 in the above equation, we get W max is equal to minus 2.303 nRT log to the base 10. In place of V2 by V1, we will be substituting P1 by P2. So this equation here, W max is equal to minus 2.303 nRT log to the base 10 P1 P2 is the equation for maximum work. Now we move on to the next concept of internal energy. Internal energy is denoted by capital letter U. Each and every substance has a definite amount of energy. This energy that is stored in a substance is the internal energy. You can define internal energy as the energy of a system made up of kinetic and potential energy of an individual particle of a system. The change in internal energy is given by delta U is equal to U2 minus U1. Delta stands here for the change in internal energy. U2 is the internal energy of the final state and U1 is the internal energy of initial state. Internal energy is an extensive property and a state function. The transfer of energy whether it is in the form of heat or work from the system, would change its internal energy. So changes in internal energy are possible only when transfer of energy takes place. So to know the change in internal energy, the energy supplied to or it is removed from the system should be monitored. So let us look at the 2 points which explains the same. The first point is the energy transferred to the system by heating it or performing work on it is added to the system. So if work is done on the system or energy is transferred to the system by heating, then internal energy is going to have a plus sign. The second point is the energy transferred from the system by cooling or by performing work on the surrounding is removed from the system. So in this case, the internal energy is going to have a negative sign. When the heat is transferred from the system to the surrounding, or if work is done by the surrounding on the system. So here I consider the box as the system and everything outside the box is the surrounding. So when work is done by the surrounding on the system, then that energy is gained and it is going to have plus sign. But when the system does work on the surrounding, the energy is going to release and internal energy is going to have a minus sign. So let us now look at the first example here. 30 kilojoule of heat is supplied to the system. It would be added to the internal energy of the system and delta U is equal to plus 30 kilojoule. In this case, internal energy is supplied to the system. So you can observe the red arrow here. Hence it is going to have a plus sign. The second example is if 20 kilojoule of work is done on the system, it is added to the internal energy of the system. Hence delta U is equal to plus 20 kilojoule. So even in this case, the work is done by the surrounding on the system. Again observe the red arrow. Hence it is going to have a positive sign. The third example is suppose a system releases 10 kilojoule of heat and performs 15 kilojoule of work on the surrounding. These quantities are removed from internal energy of the system, so it is going to have a negative sign. So if you carefully observe this example, work is also done and heat is also released. Heat is released from the system to the surrounding. Also work is done by the system on the surrounding. That is why they have added up the two internal energies, which is 15 kilojoule and 10 kilojoule. Because it is given out by system to the surrounding, it is going to have a negative sign. So observe the red arrow here. Since it is going from system to surrounding, it will have a negative sign. So this was all about internal energy.